The 1985 Frankfurt Motor Show saw Mercedes premiere its 4MATIC all-wheel drive in an E-Class T model. 4MATIC is still going strong today, and with its inclusion in the GLA, it's also made the leap into the compact segment. And it's not just off-road that all-wheel drive can come in handy. You're overtaking and suddenly there's a puddle or some leaves. That's where single-axle drive has a problem getting the power to the road, which means it takes you longer to overtake. In cases like that, all-wheel drive means added safety. But normally it's only needed on really slippery terrain, such as snow. 4MATIC is designed to respond automatically to conditions without the driver doing anything. The aim is to combine the benefits of all-wheel with those of single-axle drive. The GLA normally runs on front-wheel drive, explains Mercedes engineer Jürgen Lang, but we have the option of shifting a large amount of the torque to the rear wheels, up to 100%. The result is optimized distribution of power to the axles and the best possible performance and handling. Drivers used to have to decide whether to switch to all-wheel drive manually. Now they can just enjoy the ride, while still being very safe should something unexpected happen. Drivers often forget that they have all-wheel drive, explains Mercedes safety expert Michael Weikopf, except that 4MATIC really does push you forward. There's no uncomfortable surprise for the driver when it engages. In the CLA, A-Class, GLA, and so on, there's a dual-clutch transmission. There's a multi-plate slip differential that engages when we need it. Up to that point, it's front-wheel drive, so it's an interesting constellation. If the front wheels lose traction, the rear wheels kick in. So even snow-covered roads are no problem. Only the top-of-the-range editions of the gasoline version can be fitted with 4MATIC. Our test car lists for nearly 44,000 euros in Germany. 4MATIC minimizes the risk of understeering, going off the road, or sliding into oncoming traffic. It's ideal for people who really face tricky road conditions on a regular basis. The GLA with 4MATIC on board will get you where you want to go, fast, but there are drawbacks. Drivers do have to watch their speed because of all-wheel drive, explains the safety expert. You'll reach a curve far faster than with single-axle power. That means you have a higher speed to come down from in time, so the driver has to look and think ahead when driving, as others ought to as well. But with all-wheel drive systems, you'll hardly notice how much better the car shifts. On the other hand, of course, it's safer having all-wheel drive. You can take evasive action faster if there's a steep incline or slippery conditions. Having power on two axles also means extra weight, however. In this case, 50 kilos more. When it comes to the environment, every gram counts, because more weight means more emissions, right? Yes, that used to be a justified concern, but not so much anymore. Now with compact cars like this one, we've reduced the extra fuel consumption attributable to the all-wheel system. It's now equivalent to loading the trunk. In the specific example of the GLA 250, the extra fuel is around 0.6 liters per 100 kilometers. All-wheel means more fuel consumption, so it's certainly worth considering before buying whether you really need all-wheel drive, or whether you can make do with a single-axle option, because then you can save money on the purchase and running costs.